Desmond Baldwin from San Joaquin County Opioid Safety Coalition is the health officer at San Joaquin County.
So the first thing we did is we did community outreach, and who are our partners going to be? Who do we, want to get this naloxone out to so they can get it, distribute it into the community or save a life? The top places we thought of were county behavioral health services, because they do have treatment centers. And if you just look to the right, I'm kind of going to go through who we were talking to and what some of their reasons or for not taking the naloxone kits originally were. And we were a little surprised by some of the answers. We just thought everyone was going to want it, and we realized fairly quickly that not everyone agreed. So when we spoke to behavioral health services, some of their social workers that work with people in substance abuse treatment plans, they felt like giving out naloxone could encourage their clients to continue using. That we heard that many times. They weren't sure about safe storage. They don't have necessarily room temperature at all times, and so they weren't comfortable keeping the Narcan in their centers. We talked to people at the homeless shelters, and they didn't feel like it was a safe area to keep it. They've got rotating staff. They didn't really have anywhere to kind of lock it away. They also mentioned their concern for people continuing to use or use more often if they have access to naloxone. Correctional health. They were a little more interested, but they did need to kind of figure out who and how to distribute it within the county jail system. So they were our most interested, willing partner at first. And then we went around and spoke to some local pharmacies. They just really didn't feel comfortable being a point of dispensing. There is law out there now that anybody can walk in and purchase naloxone over the counter for a fee. We spoke to the University of the Pacific School of Pharmacy. One of their professors is very involved in public health issues. He was interested, but again, he had to check with the school risk management to see if this was even feasible. And then we, of course, spoke to law enforcement, and we didn't start with a letter. We're concerned about liability for law enforcement, giving a medication, and what if it was given to the wrong person and it didn't do anything, or they really weren't comfortable. And then another statement was, in our county, it only takes less than 5 minutes in most places for EMS to arrive, and they're usually there before our law enforcement. So why do they need to carry it? It should be EMS who has it. And they've already saved the person at that point in time from an overdose, so they didn't see the need of law enforcement actually carrying it. So going back to our more willing partners, correctional health, they jumped on board relatively quickly, and we met with their chief medical officer for correctional health and their deputy director, and kind of discussed the standing order, the MOU. We talked about how to train their staff. They could come to public health. We would do a training on how to administer naloxone, and then they could then go and train inmates, and even more importantly, the inmates' families and friends to administer naloxone also at the time of release. So they developed a plan along with us. They already have an intake screening process where they're asking inmates coming in, have you ever used an opioid? Have you ever, used heroin? And have you ever had any kind of withdrawal or overdose? So they're already doing that. So they would flag those people, and then at the time that they were released, they would go through the training with that person and their family and friends and give them a kit, a naloxone kit, when they were released. And they took about 200 of our kits for that. Our second big success was the University of the Pacific School of Pharmacy. One of their pharmacy professors is very forward-thinking in public health. We, again, discussed the MOU, the standing orders, and he took it to his risk management in the university. They approved it, and once that was approved, we discussed how to train their students, and actually it was kind of nice training the pharmacy students because they pretty much know how to deliver the medication. They plan to hand it out at their school pharmacy if someone wants it, and it'll be for free since it's coming from us. And they also do, like I said, a lot of community events. So they plan on handing it out during their community events also. We really wanted to get some more people in the county involved, so we contacted our local newspaper regarding our supply of naloxone, and most people didn't know we had it. and we did an article with one of their reporters where we discussed, where we obtained our supply of naloxone, who the population we were targeting, why we thought it was worthwhile to distribute in the community, stating some facts about opioid deaths in our community. And as part of that interview, she actually wanted me to demonstrate how easy it is to administer naloxone. So she did a quick video of me going through as a tutorial on how to administer naloxone. And so that got put into our local paper along with the video if it was online. Things really took off from there. We were excited. Some TV news stations contacted us for interviews. From there, we really started to pick up speed. Law enforcement is now requesting naloxone from us, our sheriffs, so our county, a couple of the cities in our city police forces in our county. So we're excited about that. The school district also, Stockton Unified, their head of nursing really wants to learn more about it and try to get it into some of the schools in the county. We've also started doing direct distribution by our staff. So from our extra supply from Aegis, when we go out to homeless shelters and administer Hep A vaccines and things like that, we offer naloxone to the people that we're giving the vaccines to. It's picking up steam. We hit some barriers and some roadblocks in the beginning, but I think it's really going to get out into the community much more widespread in the near future.